Hey everyone, it's Ish here with Growing in OKC, and today I've got a special episode for you on how to find materials to build a garden for free, and you can construct an entire garden just on the things that you find driving home from work. So as you can see, I've still got my work clothes on and I'm about to close my car door. Don't worry, I'm not driving now. So I'm gonna take you around and just show you all the things that I see day to day that I know I could build a garden with if I had to. So come on in and let's find some reclaimed materials so that we can get you started growing at home. Okay, so we've arrived at our first destination, and I'm just talking to you all in here because it's pretty windy outside, and I'm going to apologize for that in advance. If your speakers are turned up really loud, go ahead and turn those down now so that I don't blast your eardrums as we get out and look at this. My bad, it's Oklahoma. Let's go outside and let's look at the first thing that you'll need to build your raised bed. Okay, so you see we've come up on a couple of trash cans, and we've got all these tires just sitting out here that have been left. They're various sizes. Looks like this one's a big tractor tire of some sort that somebody's left behind. It's oh man, probably 4 feet or so in diameter, and I can't fit that in my car, but if I could, that could easily be a whole bed just by itself. Then of course you've got some of these smaller size tires here as well. Any one of these could be used, especially one of these smaller ones like this size. You just put it on the ground, put something underneath it, or grow it right here on the concrete just like it's sitting, and that would allow you to grow squash or something else that takes up a lot of soil space that you wouldn't want normally in your raised bed. So finding something like this just out by a dumpster is a great find. So it just got me thinking that really what we've got to start doing as a society is we have to reconceptualize the way that we think about materials. Pallets and tires are no longer things that we need to just be frivolously throwing away into landfills. Instead, we need to think of them as things that can be used for the betterment of ourselves, our families, our country, our states, our localities. All of this is central to a sustainable environment. Alright, so we're here at our second location. This is an old area where they used to be constructing new homes, and if you've seen some of my previous videos, a lot of my raised beds, I'll go to construction sites and I'll use the unusable lumber. Oftentimes they'll get pieces of lumber that are just too warped at one end or the other for them to use on home construction, so they end up throwing it away. And it's important that, you know, you ask if it's okay for you to have stuff. You can't just go to a home construction site and then start filching things. That's not how it works. That's not the kind of revolutionary gardeners we want to be. But what you can do is you can ask them for the lumber, or you can come to sites like this one, and which are obviously abandoned, and you can find things. So come on with me and I'll show you what I found at this one. Alright, so now that we've found material for building a raised bed, we come across something like this, where we can find a lot more material for building either more raised beds, or we could build something out of these pallets. And I love pallets. And look, there are actually 1, 2, and then a third pallet. So what you can do, let me set this camera down and I'll show you how you can construct something with this real quick. Okay, so my pallet fell down because I don't have any nails to hold it together. I'm actually going to take this smaller, or this lighter pallet here. I'm going to take this with me. But you can build a compost bin with 3 sides using just old pallets, or what I'm going to do is take this one small pallet here. Well, it's really big actually. I'm going to take this pallet and I'm going to run guttering across the length of the pallet, and I'm going to use it to build an herb bed in my backyard, and I'm just going to lean it right up against the house. So this is just one of the many ways that you can find material and use it to build yourself. So we've got tires for building a raised bed. We've got pallets, which we can use for building a raised bed, or you can build a gutter thing like I'm going to, or you can use them for compost bins as well. But pallets are really functional. Also, even if you don't want to do that, watch my footing here. Here on the ground behind me, I think you can probably see there are some bricks on the ground, and you can use those to build a small raised bed. There are probably enough of those here to build something out of as well. So come to an abandoned construction site like this, and maybe you can find some stuff that you can use for building a raised bed at your house. This is Ish with Growing in OKC, wishing you the best of luck growing in Oklahoma City or wherever you're at in the country.